Hello, and welcome to Hint Plays Tabletop. This week we are playing Cyberpunk Red, the scenario Kids in the Yoga Halls. So, with me this week we have Peyton Helix.
Yep, hello.
Chrono Magistrate.
Hello.
We don't have Molly or Robinson. Molly has an excuse. Robinson is Robinson. Hopefully he'll be in a bit. Shard Angel.
Hi.
I'm using this to test everyone's audio is genuinely going through. And Night Rights. Okay, so... There's always one.
Not laughing at you, I'm laughing at Robin's response.
See Robinson's response. Where's he responded?
Artel Saurian Games. I added him and said, that lunch is taking a lot of wrapping. And he immediately responded with, well, I mean, I had to finish cooking dinner, then I had to eat it, and then I had to tidy up. The whole process.
I thought he was getting ahead of himself. Hey-ho. Okay. So, what has gone before? Having successfully delivered a consignment of toys to a fixer called Tremaine, the crew was given a retrieval job and a replacement solo raw duck. Max, the late lamented, having buggered off with the van. They met their contact in the warehouse in the construction zone. Mrs. Jones proved to be an Italian executive looking to extract research data for a new design of drug developed by Biotechnica, along with one of the biological factories used to produce it. The drug is genetically tailored to its user and produced in DNA-modded pygmy goats, whose milk contains the active substance. The testing facility is an exclusive spa in the executive zone called Smooth Waters Farm, a building set in several acres of carefully landscaped gardens. Their exclusive clientele... I'm going to have to go back and restart this, aren't I?
Why? Oh.
Hello, Robinson! Greetings to you, sir.
I'm not dead.
Hello,
Glad
I'm
to
not
hear
dead.
it.
Yeah. No, I'm alive.
Can I just
Not
check?
quite all together.
Yeah. Can I just check everyone can hear Robinson and Robinson can hear and see everyone?
I can hear him.
Awesome.
I can hear Chrono.
That's a plus.
It's like Granny Weatherwax. I ain't dead.
I ain't dead, yeah. Right. So, you are only mildly impinging on Shard's window. That's fine.
That's okay. I've got space to share.
Okay. Because I am floating in the sea of blackness. Yes, Molly is off cosplaying as an actual person with a high-end job. Which sometimes demands them to go places.
I mean, against her will, but...
Well, yes.
well, sorry, yeah.
So I still do. No matters we try, not what we're perfect. Okay, so we will go back to the what has gone before. Robinson, I'm just catching everybody up on what's going on.
That's very
And where
useful
you
for me,
stand.
but I was absent last time because I was dying from trying to become a person who can cosplay as having a job.
Ah, fair enough, sir. I've only taken it as far as your first meeting with Mrs. Jones, your contact from the Corp, in the warehouse. So you were at least there.
Yes, I was there for that bit.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, the drug is genetically tailored to its user, produced in DNA-modded pygmy goats, whose milk contains the active substance. The testing facilities, the exclusive spa in the executive zone called Smooth Waters Farm, building set in several acres of carefully landscaped gardens. Their exclusive clientele are their unwitting guinea pigs. The milk is consumed at the end of the yoga sessions. and they undergo extensive medicals on a regular basis for their health and well-being. Mrs. Jones provided them with ID that would be good for 24 hours once activated and that would stand up to the membership checks run by the spa. She also arranged for them to be supplied with suitable apparel. The requirement is to retrieve a live goat tagged with one of your DNA samples and the research data on the drug. Unnoticed is ideal, quiet is preferable, avoiding a bloodbath is really the low bar for success. Nabu has fronted as an executive and joined up. Her DNA has been sampled by the spa doctor and she's made an acquaintance of a member, a wealthy woman by the name of Francesca, with whom she's gone through a yoga session. At the end of this, Francesca was served milk from a blonde goat called Mephisto. Nabu has yet to meet hers and was served normal milk. Her next session will be with a goat called Romeo. This is happened off-screen while Molly was away, so this has happened, but since it didn't impact anyone else specifically, I was able to do that in text. On arrival at the spa, the crew had to get past a gate guard at the perimeter who provided them with chipped ID badges. Inside, they met Eros, the manager, and his staff. Duck requested a security tour in her role of Nabu's bodyguard and identified multiple concealed weapon points in the house's perimeter walls, along with something untoward concealed in the wall of the staircase, which he was unable to investigate because he was with a guard. The rest of the crew went to the conference room where they did one electronic bug check and had been waiting and speculating on plans. And indeed, hello Winchkin. Good to see you, sir.
It's been a while.
It has been a while indeed. You're very
Quick question. You described Romeo as a tan goat with white spots or a white goat with tan spots?
Yes. I may have I described it as black and white.
Black and white, okay.
She's been shown a picture of a goat called Romeo, which is black and white.
I just want to make sure that we grab the right one. And you know what? Since we already know that Mephisto belongs to someone that she's met, we might as well take that one along too.
Oh, good. So you want to drive somebody she's met into withdrawal. Excellent.
Hey, they need the test data, right?
Which kid? Sorry, what? Good Lord, sir. I do hope you're doing better. Okay. So, the situation is, as we left everybody in the conference room, can you all see the image? Mm-hmm. And Robinson, have you would you like to grab your character just in case there's a fight, which there shouldn't be?
Right, what am I looking for, picture-wise?
Luxury house, sir.
Yeah. I should have, I have shared it.
Yeah, it was just, there was a large list, and I wanted to know
cool.
which one on the list it was.
That's alright.
There we go.
Okay. When you put your plan together, I think a good way of doing it is imagine you're talking to Max. Present this plan as if it's being told to a sarcastic guy from Wakefield. I think that should give you the right headspace.
So one of the other things that we did slightly off camera is that we put our heads together to try and come up with a little bit more planning. Anil/Electrum realizes that we don't have a lot of data, so I asked for a deduction roll to see if there was anything, glaringly that we were missing. And since the room is not bugged, he he feels relatively safe in discussing these things with the rest of the group, and suggests that there are probably two options here. There has to be a way down in a way into the facility, which we are presuming is underground, through the house. But given the presence of the guards and everyone around, we can't exactly go snooping around right now. Alternatively, there must be a delivery entrance somewhere, because they have to be able to bring in goods and equipment. So Electrum is going to suggest that he and Dandelion take a stroll, get some air while their mistress is attending the yoga session, and see what they can spot from a tour of the landscaped facility, the landscape grounds.
Can I just point out, most people would have gone with boss.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
our corporate team is far more romantic in our titles.
That is that is me taking sorry, what your character's false name is Javier.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
That is Darren taking Javier's phrasing for it.
That's fair. That is fair.
Sorry about that.
So I think if we can find out some more information from doing a tour of the grounds, then we're in a better position to determine if this is something that we can actually carry out now, or if we're going to have to make severe adjustments.
Okay, that's reasonable. Let me just bring up the solo. I want to check them.
I agree with this. I think it's a good idea to go out and get a fresh air. Breath air.
A fresher breath air, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What about the solo do you want to know?
Right. I would like to know combat awareness. That's actually in combat. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking to see if deduction it would be, and also tactics. Best of deduction or tactics.
In terms of walking the grounds?
Nope. This is for Duck.
Oh, okay.
Who was not with most of you when you hit the conference room because he went off and got the security talk. So
right.
He's now returned.
Let's have a look. Deduction of tactics. Where is that? Okay.
Tactics under education skills.
It is, yeah. I see it there. Thank you.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's all right. I'm not trying to. Let's see. I'm rolling D10.
Yep.
Total of 19.
Okay. It occurs to you, and unfortunately it didn't occur to anyone else because I did roll for this earlier, that they did one electronic sweep for bugs in a room set up for conferencing. Which would logically be equipped with microphones.
Well, there was a microphone that we determined was off.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of them.
Thing is, you shut up while you were doing it. And nobody did a physical check.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, I thought.
We tested out talking and checking it to see if it went active while we were talking.
Yeah, that one did, yeah.
You said that it didn't during that time.
No, that one didn't. The one that was on the more difficult to find.
However.
But yeah, nobody did a visual check. Especially when it often buggered off with the fan. Yes.
I suppose. So they basically spilt the beans then, I'm taking, is what I'm hearing.
If anybody is monitoring this room actively, there is conversation that has occurred that could
Which is
be
suspicious.
suspicious.
Yeah.
If, however, they are currently buying your rolls, there is a good chance they are not actively monitoring it, and it will only be if anybody decides to actually replay the recordings.
Might be worth. So basically, what I'm hearing is it's worth us. Maybe rather than farting around trying to get as many different goats as possible, we should take what goat we need to plus one for Naboo, and any and all tapes or records of the recordings of our speaking, so that we are, harder to trace once the deed is done.
Ideally, if you come across security data while extracting the research data from the secure facility.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Hello,
We could just burn
hello, Raiders.
Hello, Raiders from the Brothers Meredith, confusing the living daylights out of us since several weeks ago.
Cool.
Hunts if you hunts.
We will take your word for it.
Honsay if you honsay.
Hello and welcome. You join us as we are about to continue our planning for the goat napping.
Yep.
And all of our terrible spycraft.
Yes.
We have just discovered that we potentially failed to discover some microphones.
Yes.
Yes. They may or may not have been being bugged while having a planning session. Hello, Pezzy Chaos. What they're doing is they are attempting to steal baby goat drug factories from a research facility cum executive spa. Welcome to Cyberpunk Red.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Black humour and brutality go hand in hand. So
We very definitely count our blessings on that front.
Since Duck is back with the others, is it worth me then doing a visual check of the room for any additional?
You can indeed, and if anybody else now wishes to do a visual check as well, you are more than welcome.
Yes, having had that pointed out, Electrum looks a tad chagrined, and
oh, Duck.
Yeah.
What skills should we be rolling for our checks?
Okay, I would like you to roll perception checks, please.
oh no, what has?
I roll
Maybe I
a
had
1, which
thought
is
that
goes
text.
downwards, so that's...
Okay, right, let's have a look. Perception. Well, my base is 12, so that's a decent start.
Okay.
You better do better than me.
I get an 18.
I got an 18 as well.
Okay.
I got a 2. So,
Duck,
It's better than -2.
Duck unfortunately has walked in and is posing with the sunglasses set to high peril.
Yes.
I got 17.
17, okay. And
Well, I'm not going to contribute at all because I rolled terribly.
you're not there.
Oh yeah, Hideo is
Hideo is not there.
outside the complex. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Hideo is external at the moment, although you can get there fast. It's not far.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And of course, they can have you on comms.
hmm
So that is not a problem. We can have agent-to-agent communication, and that is perfectly fine.
We nixed that the moment that Chrono used agent-to-agent communication and it was noticed.
Well, we don't know who was noticed.
We don't know who, but we also have our own private agents.
Yeah.
So, sorry about that. I'm just clicking the wrong thing now. I don't know what the sidebar was on my Acrobat page, and it wasn't. It was actually Fantasy Grounds. Dole. Right. Okay. So Duck came in with a good idea, and then the implementation not as good as you might have hoped.
Well, sometimes just having the good idea is enough for others to then.
A good leader delegates. Yeah.
we're a team. We work together on these things.
Okay.
You have the strategic idea. We carry it out.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Duck is spending a couple of minutes closely examining the panel that relates to the dimmer switch for the lights. Down to, if need be, pulling out a penknife and actually attempting to pry the front off the panel.
I don't know if we want to destroy them, though.
Everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
there is, in the central light fitting,
Mm-hmm.
which are nicely bright, although these days not really using halogen, because let's face it, who can afford the extra power? In one of the little angleable track light sockets, there is a secondary wire leading from inside the bulb into the housing.
Ah.
So it looks like there is a mic in the ceiling, which is not the one you found.
Right. Can we find the actual mic end of it?
The mic end the wire vanishes actually into the light bulb, not just into
Right.
the fitting. So possibly if you take that bulb out.
Yeah, we are alone in here, aren't we? And we
Yeah.
have seen and there are no cameras in here.
You have not found any cameras.
Right. Okay. In which case, yeah, I will dismantle. I will take the bulb and see if I can, or I'll start to take the bulb out and see if I can,
Okay.
detect where the mic is. I
Okay, so Fish is quoting Tiffany lyrics at us, which are somehow, with that
Yeah.
emphasis, really suspicious.
I mean, it becomes very menacing.
It does. It really does. Suitably so. Okay, yeah. You can indeed wrap your hand in your sleeve, unscrew the light bulb.
Well,
Fortunately,
I'm guessing in these days they aren't like thermal
American
bulbs.
bulbs tend to use Edison screws.
No, as in the bulbs aren't
LEDs.
hot, as in they are LEDs.
Yeah, they don't get hot.
Don't they?
Not anymore. In this
Don't
day and
they?
age, the LED ones? No.
Yeah.
If it feels warm, I am taking the necessary precautions. Then yes.
It's almost like you don't want somebody messing with a light bulb that contains the bugging equipment.
Yeah.
Almost.
So, yeah, you can indeed unscrew and pull, and it's not one of those ones that needs a bloody remover that vacuum locks to the front. She says, fucking bastard lights. Okay, and yep, as you pull the bulb off, the wire stays in place, and there is a hole in the base of the bulb through which is slotted a tiny rifle mic.
Right. What I will do is, so presumably, given that I have a high electronic security base value, I mean my base is 14. Do I know the best way to disable this, or is it simply wrap something around it to muffle the audio?
That would work, but would provide muffled audio. Disabling it would be an electronics roll.
Sure. I'll I can do it. If I can do a quick disable check, I will do that and then replace the bulb.
Just broadcast white noise.
White noise would do it as well. If any of you have capacity to generate white noise.
I could do it via my agent, but then we probably wouldn't be able to hear each. It might interfere with us talking to each other as well. Do I know which would be more effective?
What is don't roll it, but what is your base on electronic security tech?
14.
Does anyone have better?
Highly unlikely.
I think Hideo is the only other person who has the skill
Yeah.
high.
Mine's 8, so.
Okay. You would err on the side of caution and disable the mic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cool.
Dear, now,
So that's
with that question, Sage, I now crumble to dust.
21.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
And then I replace the bulb back over it.
What you've done is you have actually just literally pulled the wire
Yeah.
from the mic enough.
To make it look like a loose connection.
It
if
looks
it's-
like it could be a loose connection when somebody replaced the fitting.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like somebody's cut it.
Good, yeah. Yeah, I don't want it to look like deliberate sabotage.
Okay. Right.
As if there's any other type of sabotage.
I mean,
Self.
accidental.
Yeah.
We stumbled into it, and
Yes, we
No,
stumbled into the light fitting, Gov.
yeah. While having the throwdown fight with the security guards. Oh dear.
Yeah. Give it time.
So yeah, then let's say Electrum clambers down, and then I guess Duck provides his security report to.
Yeah.
Didn't find anything else, just that one.
No, that was it. That was all you have found.
I just wanted to make sure because there was 2 of us that had 18 and there was a 17, so.
Yep, that is the only one you have found.
Okay.
I know your professional professionalism has been impugned because you didn't find it last time, but shit happens.
Yeah.
No, that's how the dice works.
Yeah, it's how the dice work, and it's how professionals arrange surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
Dandelion is not a professional.
Yeah, Dandelion is a professional. It's just that Dandelion is a professional agitator and musician.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah. Electrum, as I say, is feeling very chagrined because he is a professional security. Security guard.
That's a bit embarrassing. Yes,
Yeah.
I will say that. But,
However, he tries not to show that, and
Yep. No stamping.
talks. Addresses Duck. So that's when I then go. Electrum says, like, we've got 2 options: internal or external. What do you reckon? And suggest that, like, Dandelion and myself can go for a walk around to try and gain a lay of the land. That is
Looking for
on a
freight
wandering
entrance.
road. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just as a stroll rather than a I want a security tour like what you just did.
In terms of offering my tactical input on an internal or external approach, could I roll tactics to do that? Because again, Doug knows this. Duck's
Yeah.
he's not a solo. So
Yeah, give me the best of deduction or tactics.
definitely for tactics. So.
Well, it's a positive roll.
Yes, better than nothing. 16 total.
Okay. You don't know as yet where the primary staff access is to get underground.
Yeah.
There's nowhere sufficiently large in the building proper for it to be here, to be above ground.
Yeah.
So logically, it has to be a subterranean facility. The only thing you have found is on the landing of one of the staircases, you registered something odd concealed on the wall, but because you were accompanied, you couldn't do anything with it.
No.
There is a staff area you haven't entered yet, but it's not very big. And it runs to the left of reception, i.e. map north, underneath the massage area and balcony.
Oh, right. Is Electrum suggests that if we can go for that walk, and Duck can keep an eye on where they take the goats to see if he can, when the yoga session is finished, because like you and Cad are the ones who are likely to be sticking with the Naboo the closest. If you could, like, if there is a way for you to tell, like, where they take the goats, because surely they haven't brought them in from across the like from across the grounds. So if you can figure out where in the house that they have come from, that might give us a better idea as well.
What,
Cute
you mean
though
like
it
that
would
panel
be.
that Raw Duck mentioned by the stairs? Might that be where they come from?
There's always a possibility. It's a strong possibility, but without being able to actually go up to it, we simply have no way of knowing for certain, do we?
So it might just be a best observations for the time being.
Okay. For all intents and purposes, it might be that they're just sent up in a dumb way, so it doesn't need that big of a slot.
True. But it would be helpful to know where that is, if it is, or at least where they are going with it.
And it would lead more credence to a freight/employee entrance and having them completely separated, other than just moving them up and down.
Okay.
Because bear in mind, this is me running, and I've always had an allergy. And Peyton may not know this. I always have an allergy to, in order for everybody to get to work in the morning, you have to hurdle 3 spiked pits,
Yes.
twist the sconce to the left, knock 3 times, and answer the riddle of the Goblin King.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
Yes. You were influenced by 90s video game adventure game design, so everything has to be super complicated.
Just to get to the clock, the clock in.
That's where is the clocking in machine? Well, hate to have to break this one to you, Bob, but
if the floor plan is not something out of Monkey Island, then it's not good enough.
Yes.
You have to solve this prophecy. It changes every morning.
Oh God.
Yeah, this is not paranoia. So no acid pits. Password just let me the fucking Jeff. I'm late.
Are you sure that the swimming pool isn't a little bit acidic to help exfoliate the skin?
It's not acidic, and nor to the music of Mr. Barry does it slide aside to allow access for the rockets.
Oh God, I didn't even consider that.
No, Tracy. Well, this does have a very Tracy Island kind of like look to it.
Yeah.
It's just elevator music of the Thunderbirds theme playing as you're having your massage.
Oh my God,
Maybe the
chiptunes
pole
Thunderbirds.
underneath the grass, and there's a set of steps leading down.
Yes. Would I do that?
Yes,
Of course.
Okay, so I think we're going to try and enact that.
Okay.
Are we allowed out, basically?
Are you allowed out? Right. Sorry, excuse me. The other reason this is going
yes, Luke, there was a raid.
Hello, Luke. There
Well-
was indeed a raid. We have some fairly chagrined edge runners, realising they're not quite the edgy boys they thought they were.
No, we're not that edgy, and we may have to be running.
Yes. We are edge runners, not edge lords.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and still nobody's coped with the creepy owls in the yoga
Yeah.
studio. Sorry. The other reason that this is going to be a planning session is I am not doing great today, so
That's
No worries. We won't start any fights.
no, it's fine.
unless
Well,
it's between ourselves.
we won't start any fights that won't actually take place next session.
Yeah. Oh yeah, glossing over what happened to you because nobody ever saw you again.
Darren, okay, I got to remember your name when I start talking.
Yeah, Darren.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming that I'm the one that's going to be doing the talking
Yes,
to get
because
us out of the
I'm
house.
gonna Well, assuming, because I'm guessing that there are other people around.
Mhm.
Not that we have really seen, but
And a proper spa should allow for people to wander around the grounds, because that's the whole point to
Maybe
having
constitutional.
well-manicured lawns
yeah.
and gardens.
What you have is you have Francesca and her retinue,
Hmm.
who were in the yoga studio. Francesca being the one with the martini.
Hmm.
Who I'm really regretting I didn't get a chance to introduce on camera, but on the other hand, I'm happy to have introduced her in text form, which you can all see in the appropriate channel. And for future reference, she will be available as a contact, assuming she lives, be a contact potentially for Naboo.
Assuming she lives.
Oh my goodness, if we steal her goat, then we can supply her with the drug.
But then she's got a reason to do us over rather than not a reason to be friendly with us.
Yeah.
But she's not paying for the services of the spa anymore.
And not that we know it as yet, but she does not believe Naboo is who she says she is. So
No, of course not.
Sorry, I've just realised Knight's comms has gone quiet, but I will fix it my end. Knight, would you say
That's
something?
okay. That's possibly more a problem with Knight rather than the technology.
No, that's fair. You sound a little bit like I feel. So yeah, I thought I would sort that out. Okay. The lovely thing about the Brothers Raids is that suddenly it gives us the top spot in the TRPGs category.
That is an
Well-
awesome gift, yes.
Yikes on the bike. Okay. Excellent. And I'm hosing it. That's fine.
well done, folks. No, please note, we do appreciate you for your presence here and not just for your metrics.
That said, please feel free to follow the channel if you think you'd like to find us again.
Some of us don't understand metrics, so I understand the, what is it, imperial system?
I had a feeling that's where you were going, Shard, yeah.
Oh, no. Can you
and
imagine Imperial Twitch?
you and your cups.
Oh God! Yes! We need this.
You and your cups and your sticks and your bushels of butter or whatever.
We
you
got
do.
them from you.
No, you made those
What
up.
was that? What was that tweet that was really famous a while ago? It was like large boulder the size of small boulder blocking road.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no! I'm the only American here today. Damn it, Molly. I'm all alone.
No, my favourite one still is the sinkhole the size of washing machine appears on road, and then the first comment underneath it was Americans will use everything except the metric system.
Yes. Too true.
It's off topic, but it's kind of part of this. I switched the voice on my phone to British because I couldn't figure out how to make it female versus male, and don't like listening to directions in male voice.
Yeah.
So British, it was female, and then it switched to male again recently. But this changed a couple of other things. All of the words that I'm typing in for autocorrect wants to autocorrect to UK English spellings.
Huzzah!
And words that aren't used over there are always red underlined.
As it should be.
Yes, I have a similar problem going the other way because I write for American clients. All of my autocorrect, except my phone, but everything on my computer is set to American English.
Yeah.
So when I'm reading or writing an email or something, literally everything is just red.
Everything's red.
Colour, theatre. You know, oh.
And sometimes someone asks me, hey, what temperature is it? I was like, okay, I'll look it up on my phone. It's like 2 degrees. Oh, it's 2 degrees Celsius. I forgot to change it.
To
That's
be
how it
fair,
works.
like we hate the color U. We hate the color U. The letter U as well. We have adopted American spellings for certain things. Font, as in typeface, should be FOUNT as well.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought FOUNT was for a font of something, like a font of knowledge or...
All of that
Font.
should be FOUNT
Yeah.
in English. It has just become FONT because it is easier
At least there we've
and inconsistent.
Yes.
Hooray for English.
yes. Two different spellings for words said exactly the same. There. Never mind. So, yeah, I may not be on form, but I'm kind of wavering.
You're not on form, but you're totally
that one
on
I've got to
form.
remember.
Right. 9 languages in a trench coat.
Indeed,
Yep.
at least.
2,
About
2,
right.
and 2.
Looking for a 10th to subvert.
Yes. Okay.
Or at least 3 that have mugged 8 other languages.
Yes. Yes. Dragged them in, kicking and screaming. Okay. So, Dandelion, you can indeed, you and Electrum can indeed leave the conference room. There is no guard directly outside the door, which is a plus.
Mhm.
The door opposite leads to the yoga studio and the medical room. And to the left is the reception area, where Eros and a guard are at the desk.
Can we exit kind of like into the swimming pool area without being accosted?
You can indeed.
And walk around to the back door.
And then basically just, I think what we're going to try is just walk across the swimming pool area and exit stage left. Well, exit to the right of the picture.
Right. The only entrance I see on the map is on the outside right there, but it's on the top. So we'd have to go right and then up.
You could.
Oh,
you
I
could
thought-
walk.
Yeah, I thought those were steps down to the grass.
No, those are actually. It is slightly.
Oh, it's
deceptive.
a wall. Right,
It's a
sorry.
wall.
Okay, yeah, then walk round to that.
Yeah, that wall is where Duck detected.
Right, at various
Guns.
points.
Guns.
Yeah, okay. How high is that wall?
That wall is about 3 feet,
Okay,
and it's made of the same smooth
Sure.
tile.
What's the average range of those guns, Duck?
If it's in the mount, it would be easier.
It's an amount. I don't really care. We're well within range.
You're working on line of sight, basically.
Yeah.
And
We'll just.
also, if it's fully automatic, you're looking at suppressive fire, which is just chucking a huge amount of ammo into an area, and unless you can take cover, oh dearie me!
Mm-hmm.
And
No, there's not a whole lot of cover around here. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Knight.
It's an area with not a lot of cover, and at the short range that these are going to be at, the range of the weapon doesn't matter. It's filling an area with lead that we'd have no chance of avoiding.
I may have made this quite dangerous.
So yeah, we'll walk out to the swimming pool and start strolling, and Dandelion is just going to keep up a string of very, very. I don't know what to call that cadence that folk with high fashion and a sense of confidence over everyone else has, but you know the cadence I'm talking about. And just basically be talking Darren's ear off.
Yeah. The sense of superiority. Yeah.
Darren is pretending to be interested.
Well, there's a sentence that probably covers everything.
See, we don't even have to act. This is.
Darren pretends to be interested. This week in the diary room. Sorry. I can't do Geordie. Please don't make me try Geordie.
Javier, what?
Javier will remember this.
No, it's beneath Javier's notice. Javier's too busy listening to his own words.
Of course.
Of course. Okay.
Are we able to make it to that gateway?
You can indeed make your way around the outside to the right on the patio around the swimming pool. Swimming pool does look very, very nice. even though it is now an overcast day.
Mhm.
As opposed to a cast over day, which is something else altogether and comes from a different game.
An overcast day in Night City in the time of the red is practically like sunny summertime. So.
What amazing weather we have today.
Yeah.
Hey, this is better than the
I'm
blood
about-
rain.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say, Drat, have you rolled on the weather table?
Don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. No.
You had
Dang it,
to.
Chrono.
Weather isn't trying to murder us. Please
Utter
don't.
Judas.
Oddly enough, I was just going to the weather. Because no, I hadn't. And I was about to.
Yeah,
Right.
I wasn't. I was only preempting what was going to happen.
Now we're going to have to fend
It
off
was
the lightning
nice
bolt.
knowing you, Darren.
Good morning, Night City. Right. Let's give you the best possible chance of good weather and use my beautiful dice.
The ones you quarantined in last week's session.
No. They're lovely. But these are my beautiful dice.
Oh no.
They're the ones that came in the weird gift wrap package.
Would they be the ones that came at Christmas?
Yes.
Those
I
are still in the box
Yeah,
for me.
mine are still in.
Mine are still in the
Everything
box.
else.
I will keep them in the box.
Yes. Right. So
They are glorious. I love these dice.
I love this.
So nice.
They are so gorgeous. They are so gorgeous, and they are so razor edged,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they are so beautiful. Right. If I drop the D4, that's it. I can never walk in my bedroom again until I locate it.
Oh, you'll locate it very easily with your foot.
Earlier today, literally on stream, I dropped the D4 from one of my other sets mid-stream, and I tried looking for it with my phone, and I couldn't find it.
Oh, no.
I've got to find, which is why I disappeared a few minutes ago.
Fair enough.
No.
This is when you'll find it at 3 o'clock in the morning when you get up for a drink. Okay, so it is June to August, which means
Don't make sounds like that.
okay, it's fine.
Well, at least it gives us some idea of what's coming. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least the rest of you are inside.
Well,
You don't care.
Well, to be fair, if the weather is bad, we wouldn't have left the comms. We wouldn't have left the.
If it's a freak lightning storm like we had with the fight with the motorcyclists, we should totally just drop everything and try and subdue everyone right now, because they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. That was,
And those
yes.
guns coming up, they'll attract lightning real fast.
So
Yeah.
no, it is overcast at the moment.
Okay.
I'm just rolling for tonight because I'm kind of making an assumption, and unfortunately, oh dear.
Oh no.
Right, D10 then.
Oh.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Oh, that was a while ago.
That was an interesting noise.
Yes, I can do those.
That was a
Yes.
How long does that last? Oh dearie me.
You're enjoying this far too much.
Would I? Am I?
Yes.
such a sadistic
GM's
bitch?
prerogative.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, right, that's fine.
Okay.
Are we into Peanuts? It was a dark and stormy night territory.
Well, let me just
Wait until we get tonight.
Well,
The
yeah.
night.
The nuclear blast that destroyed the Arasaka Tower back in 2022, oh god, I forgot that was this year, also destabilised the film much of Night City is built on. Repairs have been made over the years, but occasionally the ocean water seeps up through the cracks and floods a section of the city. At street level, the water levels will scarcely rise to above more than a few inches, making it more a nuisance than a real problem. Below ground, the flooding can fill basements and tunnels. Wading through a deeply flooded area causes the rules for and other form of movement. Hey Google,
Wow, does this
turn
mean
the
our
bedroom
secret
lights out.
entry tunnel is now flooded?
However, assume fairly reasonably that
they have
probably
protected against
yes.
this.
Yeah.
Until someone opens the door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment it is overcast, it's
Okay.
fine. No blood rain, no acid rain, no ash storms.
I
None
desperately
of the...
want to make an Evil Dead reference there, but
I'm looking forward to the new game of that coming out.
An ash storm would be a good distraction for us. Just send Ash right in the front door while we go in the back.
God,
there we go.
Poor cleaners.
So, are we able to get... Is there a guard on that gate, basically?
There is no guard that you can see, and it is a gate...
that you can see. Sorry, that just...
Mm-hmm.
That set me off, I do apologise.
It does. No, it's cool. You
Themes
know me,
appear.
Knight. You have played with me for many years. What I will tell you guys is, as you go past the yoga studio, that long glass wall, you can clearly see what's going on inside. What's going on inside is that Naboo is engaged in downward dog
Didn't want to see that.
with a statuesque woman next to her, while a bunch of the statuesque woman's entourage sit drinking what you're assuming is tea or possibly the occasional sherbet on sofas, staring at a giant bird cage, and balanced on the bottoms of both Naboo and the woman are tiny goats about this big.
Oh, God. Okay, are they that big or are they smaller? I thought they were like palm-sized.
They are about that big.
Okay.
If you've got big hands, if you're fish, you can stand like 3 of them on one of your hands. But they never get much bigger than the length of your forearm.
Okay.
They're about like 30 centimeters long, kind of thing.
Yeah.
A ruler.
Yeah. There is an extremely athletic woman performing the move at the front, wearing a wireless headset, who seems to be beaming intensely, despite the fact that you should not be able to do that with both your feet and your hands at the same time. And she shows no sign of slipping on her mat. Naboo, on the other hand, her hands are gradually drifting away from her feet as the mat proves not to be as stable as she had hoped.
Yes.
Those of us who've ever done yoga know exactly what that feels like. Okay. You definitely passed that as I is engaged with downward dog with the statue.
Absolutely, Lupa. Or Loop.
No, Luke. No. That's a different rated game. That would be if I run Thirsty Sword Lesbians. So, yes, you can pass that and not burst out laughing. So long as
you're not going to make us roll for that? Great.
Well, I hadn't been.
No.
You already said we passed it. That's cool.
No, I didn't. I will, however, take from you I believe it's going to be resist coercion.
Oh no! What? How?
Ooh, hang on. Is it root?
Which is a cool skill. No, it isn't. It's a will skill. Sorry, my apologies.
Oh, it's in resist torture drug sort of thing.
Yeah. Sorry,
Right,
resist
okay.
torture. It's resist coercion in Witcher, and I keep
Yeah.
forgetting.
I mean, it's basically the same thing here.
It is exactly the same thing, yeah.
Oh dear. Will.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay.
And I would like you to beat 15, please. Sorry, equal or beat 15.
I'm being blind and can't see it. Can someone give me a
Left hand under body skills on the left hand side, next to the stats.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's 26 for me because it exploded.
Oh, okay.
Mine also exploded. The other way.
Oh,
no!
Wow.
What did you say the target was?
15.
Okay, at
4.
least I don't need to explode far
Okay.
quite much. Shit.
Are you walking with us?
I think everyone's
No,
there.
Cad. I guess because we suggested that Cad and Duck were in the room because they're to observe like where they're going with the goats.
Very good point. Yes, you
Yeah.
did suggest that. Yes.
So yes, you are witnessing.
Okay, well they would have been witnessing. Yeah, I guess they'd all have to.
Yeah. 14.
A brief snigger passes your lips, or more importantly, your nose. Are you watching from the door area, or are you watching from the little kitchenette and cocktail lounge area on the right-hand side? That's a decision for you and Duck.
Yeah, I want to be somewhere near a door so that if shit happens, I can get out fairly quickly. So
There is a door out onto the patio if need be.
that door there, next to what I'm guessing is the bar area.
Yep.
Looks like there's a sink on it. Yeah, around there is going to be where I'm standing.
Okay, yep.
Kind of close to the bird cage, actually, by the look of it.
Okay, yep. Yep, that is a very big bird cage. Did Duck make a
Oh, sorry, no.
resist torture?
Oh, it is torture, or is it coercion?
It's resist torture because resist coercion is
Doesn't exist.
Witcher.
Oh,
Yeah. It's under body skills. It's resist torture / drugs.
That's 10, so that explodes up to 3. So that's a total of 24.
Yeah. Clearly, Doc is basically, he's seen worse. He has seen weirder.
Yes.
Meanwhile, poor old Cad is trying very hard and turning a slightly odd shade of purple.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that Cat has seen, having grown up on the streets.
Yeah.
The real problem, what actually breaks you, is when the blonde goat looks up at you from being perched on one of Francesca's buttocks and goes, eh.
Yeah, that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
How's Darren handling this? Because I'm assuming with my role, I'm trying to be play it off as if he's laughing at me and what I'm saying, but I know that he's laughing at what I'm looking at inside.
Yeah. Does Electrum have anything in the way of acting ability?
I do not believe so, because that's a required call.
No, so you don't.
No, hang on. Acting is technique. It's not.
It's technique,
no, it is
yeah.
cool. No, it is cool.
Oh, is it cool?
Oh, it's very specifically cool under performance skills.
Yes, it is. Yes, my apologies.
Oh, play instrument is technique. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my base is 4. No, Electrum has burst out laughing.
Okay.
And is basically holding on to Javier's arm as he basically cracks up into his jacket and tries to walk on as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Okay. You walk off arm in arm, laughing your little socks off. While Cad is engaging in, thinking of nuns in waterfalls or something. I don't know. Okay. You get a sympathetic glance from a beefy bloke in a cut-off armor jack, light armor jack, Cad, who is sitting holding the most delicate cocktail glass you have seen in many a year, or ever, given your lifestyle, between finger and thumb of an obviously cybernetic hand, sculpted to merge into the overplayed muscles of his shoulders. He sips at it. He goes, "Been there."
That just made it worse, didn't it? Cat just starts all over again, doesn't they? Don't
I
they?
hope not.
Okay. So, can you see why I really want Francesca to feature more? So I really like her and her entourage. They're fun. I put the work in. Okay. So, you can make your way down the steep flight of stairs to the north of the patio, and that puts you onto the back of the driveway, which is where the car got parked.
Okay. We're basically going to head eastwards.
Okay.
And, just take a stroll of the grounds, kind of like in a wide circle.
Okay.
Once we're a reasonable distance away from the actual property, it's going to be like while talking, or at least while Dandelion keeps up the conversation, it will be look around, taking the grounds, and also then try and do the passive scans.
I was going to ask, were you planning on doing that? Yes, another thing that came up off stream was that Electrum is going to start mapping any open access points that he comes across.
Yeah. I was also going to
pinging the Wi-Fi on your phone.
Yeah, I'm also going to, because I'm using my agent, and I'm assuming that I have spent a lot of time making sure that my agent is suitably encrypted.
Okay.
I'm also going to see if is this feasible, that I can basically send an ultrasound signal ping, because obviously radar and sonar won't work because it will just bounce off the ground.
Yeah.
What I want is to see if I can get a signal that will bounce off something deeper in the ground, and that would be ultrasound.
Are you bucking for ground penetrating radar via your agent?
I want to know if an ultrasound that I can generate via the agent is capable of doing that. If it isn't, then
right, you're actually with the right person to help you make the modification. An ultra high frequency is not going to cut it. However, subsonic is the way to go.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was ultra up or ultra down.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the musician over there, nodding away. Yeah.
Musician and trainee sound engineer.
Indeed, yeah, that's where I'm coming from on this. Because subsonics, of course, will go through.
Yeah.
You would need dedicated hardware for the most part. However, as a bodge that is not going to be as effective, I would allow a combined roll if you are willing to bring in Hideo on the conversation.
Yes, I will then. Once we're far enough away from, because as I say, using my agent and suitably encrypted. If I don't have encrypted comms on this unit, Electrum is not good for much.
even with that, Dandelion is actively listening for bugs that are activated by our conversation.
Yep. You haven't found any yet.
Okay.
Yet.
Well, plants and flowers are great places to put bugs in a compound like this. So.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just in terms of having the bug detector in my head, but I also have amplified hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, you would hear any feedback whining anyway. Okay. What I'm going to ask for is a maker roll from Hideo
Okay.
using the invention speciality. It's true that bugs are often found on plants and flowers. Indeed, Fish.
I need to bring my rule book up.
Let's check. So yes, you will need your character sheet up. Sorry, Hideo. But yes, the maker role for the tech is extremely useful, and comes with various specialities, which you get you get 2 ranks to spread between them when you level up your maker. So you start with 8 ranks of speciality. And invention is one of those. How are you doing?
I have found my sheet. I'm just bringing up the rules. So
Okay.
So you want page 148 to...
Yeah.
yeah, I've got it. Hang on. Right, there we go. I need to cross-reference what I've written down as my short-form notes with what the rules say.
No, that's absolutely fine. That is completely fine. Yes, I've been digging into the roles, and it's just nice to be able to make a bit more use of people's skills.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So by my reading, you could have a maximum of 4 points, 4 ranks in invention expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I split it evenly between all of them. So yeah, it is 4.
Yeah. Let me just check. I think it's invention expertise rather than upgrade expertise.
I have the same rank in all of them, so it doesn't
Yeah.
really know what it is specifically for my role. But
Yeah, I think this is going to be invention expertise, because you're basically going to have to come up with on the fly a way to modify the speakers on Electrum's agent to broadcast a pulse, which it is not normally equipped to do, and for the mic to listen back.
I've got an 8 in tech to help with that on this side.
Yeah, you get, because you've got the musical background and you're familiar with the audio engineering. You can indeed make a complementary roll, so that will give a +2 bonus if you can make that.
so this is the role only expertise specifically, or is it with like the maker as a whole?
It's a maker roll, but you take a bonus. Let me just see. You roll your tech plus. Hang on. That's invention. Yes. So that will be tech plus electronics plus your rank in invention.
Okay.
Okay. Plus
Plus-
10.
+2 if my 19 helps.
It does.
Does that help to Hideo or to me?
That is to Hideo.
Right.
I'm going to ask you for a roll in a minute.
21 then.
Okay. You think you have bodged together a solution that is implementable with the materials that Electrum has. You know Electrum's agent. He hasn't yet let you dismantle it. That's on your to-do list. However, you are familiar with it, and you know Electrum's own skills. So you know that he's familiar with messing around with electronics on his own account. So that is now possible.
Mm-hmm.
Right at the moment, you're getting a very Killjoys vibe. Is that a good thing, Fish? I hope it is. Let me just... I'm looking for instruction. I'm almost sure instruction.
It's totally a good thing. Killjoys was an amazing show, at least the first parts that I saw.
I've enjoyed what I've seen of it.
I've not heard of this show.
Sci-fi bounty hunters, but yeah, it's pretty good.
What era?
Still going, to my knowledge.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, recent
I think
then.
we've had 4 series. Not sure if it's actually finished. Am I going completely
Yes.
gonzo? Looking for something along the lines of instruction or teaching. I could be wrong. I may again be mixing it up with Witcher.
I don't think there is a teach skill.
Okay. In that case,
the best would be education for that.
Yeah. In that case, I will take an electronics roll from you.
Yep.
Aided by a +2 if Hideo also makes his electronics roll.
Okay. That's my best stat, so it's like...
I had a feeling, yes.
I've got a feeling.
Why am I so bad at mental maths?
It happens. Don't worry about it, dude.
Well, I've got a headache today as well, so I'm going to blame that.
I don't know.
Mine, yeah.
If it's any consolation,
oh, this wasn't as good. This was 15 this time.
I think everybody has, night.
If it's any consolation, most accountants I know use a calculator.
Yep.
Why not use a tool that you have access to, unless your brain is effectively better than it?
I want a tool that gives me a paper trail, mate. I want to know where things have come from, instead of trying to work out where I made a mistake halfway down a column of 200 numbers.
Sure.
So I learned that the hard way, a couple of days ago. I was playing Stellaris, and I decided, hey, I'll just change the stats of this weapon. And I accidentally put in an extra bracket on a 500-line document.
Oh,
ouch!
Oh my god.
Yes, coding syntax can be a bugger to find.
Yes, and backed up by Fish there.
So Robinson got Hideo got a 15. Does that give me a +2?
That does.
Okay, cool. So I am looking.
Basically, you're guiding Electrum.
You should use some luck.
Luck is an option.
So that is an explosion upwards.
Nice.
So 24, 27.
Okay. What this is going to do is this is going to be fine for today.
Yeah.
It will probably be fine for a couple of days. But at some point, at random, in the next couple of days, your speakers are going to blow. Unless you either reverse this or equip it with an actual module to let you do it. Install an upgrade for it. Okay?
Will do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And also, I wouldn't recommend listening to it too closely to your head because, it's going to hurt.
Electrum barely uses it as a phone. He communicates by text primarily.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Although it may if and when he's using it as a speaker, it might give a different bassy tone.
Yeah, you're potentially going to be taking plaster off the walls if you turn it up too high.
Let's make sure that we don't listen to any live streams by our resident musician.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, because you've set it up like this, is it also set up to receive the reflected sound? And is there a mapping program associated with all of these roles to be able to show us what we're looking at?
That you will just be using the local, just a standard map. Okay.
That's basic electronic stuff that I can do.
Yeah. You have effectively cobbled together ground penetrating radar on your mobile phone.
Nice.
Solid.
See, we can be competent at some of the parts of this job, some of the time.
Would you like to qualify that any further? Occasionally we might look competent if we do. Okay.
Impressive, says Luke.
Oh, what's impressive is me pulling the rolls out of my arse
Yeah.
to let you do it. But with the codicil that this is not a long-term fix. So, how often are you pinging? You're going to get approximately... How much is it going to give you? It's going to give you basically a 4-meter square.
Yeah, I was thinking of basically pinging. I don't need accuracy so much as
A scale.
basic. Yeah, so basically every 10 meters.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, every 10 to 15 meters, basically.
Okay.
Because we just want to basically get an idea of where the facility is, because then that would potentially allow us to better identify which side an entrance is.
Okay, that's fine.
Javier switches to disparaging upon the use of agents and how much it's just in everyone's life. Can't you just put that away while we're having a conversation out here in nature? Granted, it's cultivated nature, but you don't get to see this.
My God, are you my aunt?
Look, I am selling my role.
But Miss Fraser does require us to. So I'm gonna interject from time to time, just in case anyone has a telephoto lens or something like that, to show that I am actually talking to him as well.
You couldn't have achieved quite what they wanted, but have now invented coffee ground penetrating radar.
If we were able to penetrate the ground and find coffee, though,
Oh, drilling for coffee.
that would make us. That would make us some money. Yeah.
Drilling for coffee, along with your whipped cream and your jam, your clotted cream and your jam.
Oh no, we've got
we're going there.
We've got the mini goats to make whipped cream.
Yeah. Okay. Fun fight at the Smooth Woods Spa facility.
If there's ever an excuse to bring in a goodies reference,
Yeah.
it's the only thing that can beat Monty Python. Okay. So, Sage once. I promise once I have done it. Because I had strawberry syrup in my coffee once, liked it, and wondered whether I could duplicate the effect with strawberry jam. It was 4:00 in the morning. I was not sober.
Oh God.
It was alright, actually.
That's the important point.
I mean, it's basically the same stuff. I mean, it's sugar and flavour.
It was actually fruit. The only problem was right at the bottom of my coffee cup was an actual strawberry.
Yeah, that might be a bit.
It caught me on the hop. Yes. Oh God, yes, indeed. Yeah. R.I.P. Barry Cryer.
Yeah.
Tim Brooke Taylor and Barry Cryer are over there. We must protect Graham Garden at all costs.
And Bill Oddie.
Yeah, but Graham Garden's still being funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But it's because Graham Garden's now the only one of the I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue originals left.
Yeah, I know. It's a thing. Oh dear. Barry Cryer just gave the impression of being immortal because he always looked like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you can proceed off to the east, and then you're planning on looping around. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can carry on with that. So
Journey to the east instead of the west.
I mean, this is also going to be coupled with actual observation as well, so perceptions, if you want to.
Yeah, you'll be happy to know there are no, daffodils that track you.
I'm actually slightly disappointed because I want to see something like that.
Now you see, but don't worry, the begonias. It's the begonias, man. You got to worry about them. So,
No, it's the bioengineered ants that we've got to worry about.
Oh God!
Are we
Flesh
gonna
melting
fight
neurotoxins.
oh, Them is one of my favourite films. So, okay. Which now I want to watch again. Damn, I'll have to dig out the DVD. Okay, so in the studio, tinkly music is playing, and two of the tunic-wrapped masseurs appear with a couple of trays, one bearing a glass, or two glasses, about shot glasses, slightly larger than, and the other bearing insanely complicated looking motorized device of some description, and several pairs of very thin vinyl gloves.
Would anyone notice if I took it apart?
You're not there though.
Thankfully, you're not there.
Fortunately, you're not there. So, the instructor stands up. Who is the instructor? Who is notably goat-free? Stands up and indicates that Nabu and the woman she addresses as Francesca should pick up their goats. And Francesca grabs hers quite handily. Would somebody like to roll me a d10, please?
It's not one. Oh, okay.
5.
I managed an 8.
I'll go with his.
I'll go with yours.
Damn
Nabu
it.
stumbles slightly, but manages to catch the little brown goat that until recently was perched on her bum. And and it looks at her and just sticks its tongue out and goes meh. Whereas the little blonde one that Francesca has is thoroughly enjoying being scratched behind the ears. And one by one, the assistants come across and attach the insanely complicated looking device. First to Nabu's goat, and then after wiping it out to the blonde one, and dispense with a brief little pulse, which you're guessing is milking, the white fluid into the shot glasses, where it froths slightly. And the goats sit there going and wriggle. Francesca then grabs her shot glass and downs it in one. And the instructor indicates that Nabu should drink, which she does with a certain degree of sniffing. And a look on her face that says, "This is the closest I have been to natural food in quite some time. I am uncertain, plus I farted." I love goats. They are little bastards, but I love goats. Large goats are terrifying. And will eat your children.
Delightful.
Primarily because they'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Goat free as the goat eats. Great, thank you for that. Okay. After the dosing, the goats are removed. One of the assistants carries the now stacked trays, and the other basically takes the goats one under each arm. Okay, Sage, that is a sentence I have never before read in my entire life.
I had not known that. I look forward to when I do a run through Goat Simulator.
Okay.
I thought it was a cat sausage because it's a sausage made out of cats, Sage.
Okay. And the masseurs head out. Francesca beams. Yes, sausage for goats, not goat sausage. No, that's fine. I know what you meant, Sage, so it's fine. We don't do cannibalism here. It's fine.
That means that it's not a game for Drut then.
Shahad. You can see the threshold numbers going up in her eyes.
I know. Look, I have a problem, okay?
No, you have a longer problem. Okay, so. Sorry. This problem Tales from the Floating Vagabond colonized my brain many years ago, and it keeps throwing up comments.
It's a good game.
It is. I own it twice. That's on my list.
The fish agrees with my statement, though.
Yeah, he gets away with it.
Mm-hmm. That's because he ran off with our first solo.
That makes it sound like they tripped off into the sunset together.
They kind of did.
Well,
in a van.
Yes. Turnip, Halfling, and Ramirez. No, you have a longer problem. Yes, that was it. Oh, God.
I love that is Dark Future inspired. I really
do. Yes, somebody's tagline is "You no longer have a problem."
Turner, Harvest, and Ramirez from Dark Future.
Yes. Okay, same writer, wasn't it, as Tales from the Floating Vagabond?
Probably how they got away with it.
I have a feeling it was the same company. So, classic Thud the Barbarian. Okay. So, yes, the girls vanish off through the door with the goats and the trays.
Okay.
That's the door to the left, opposite the doctor's office. Francesca walks over to the beefy solo type, who may possibly be a solo. Who actually, as he puts down his glass, heaves a little bit of a sigh, and you can almost see him doing the neck stretches as she walks over and starts scratching gently down his biceps.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Cad, would you like to make me a medtech roll, please?
Absolutely. Well, I'll try to.
Medical, sorry,
First aid?
Pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals, right. That is over here.
Sorry, yeah, my brain went straight ahead to the job, not the...
14.
Okay. Yep. Francesca currently has no irises.
Oh.
Now, you don't know what colour her eyes normally would be, but because although she is blonde-haired, that doesn't necessarily guarantee anything, especially in America, where brown eyes are more common than blue. But she literally has no irises. Her pupil has dilated to the extent that it is just gone.
Oh, God.
Wow.
That's a lot of dilation.
Yeah.
Quick.
And she is basically just caressing this guy's arm as they all turn and head towards the pool area.
Well, if you ever need to stun her, just throw a bright light in her eye. With that much dilation, she won't be able to cope with it.
Yeah. As they step towards the door and turn towards the window, one of her other entourage hands her a pair of sunglasses. It's done reflexively. Not the first rodeo, you feel. The bodyguard, you can hear him give an audible little as she starts to wrap herself around his arm.
Oh dear.
Up close, she appears to be in her early 20s. Appears to be. She's also clearly not wearing the skin she was born with.
Oh no, now you're making me think of Cassandra.
Moisturise me.
No,
Yeah.
she has a very deliberate, and this is something Cag can see because she goes past them. She has a very deliberate jigsaw pattern embossed into her synth skin.
Does that ring any bells at all?
Not offhand, but there is something in the back of your head that is a trademark. That is a specific somebody's trademark.
Yeah, it's like a signature on a piece of painting.
Yeah.
That was my immediate thought. I was like,
Yeah.
Who's that?
It is. It's tastefully done, and it doesn't interfere with her face at all. But all the way up to the bottom of the chin, it is maybe 10 centimetre wide jigsaw pieces, puzzle pieces, embossed all over.
Interesting.
Right. So they depart onto the swimming pool at Terrace. Duck,
Hello.
are you following the masseurs with the goats?
Let's say that I am, if I'm able to do so.
Okay, yeah. They're not actually twins, and they're not even synthed to look like each other, but they have that identikit look. They were obviously hired because they're roughly the same height, same weight, same ethnic mix-ish, if you squint. You know, same hairstyle, same clothing.
Yeah.
They take uniform very carefully here.
Fair enough.
So, you can follow them out. They head out into the corridor, past the stairs, past the reception area. Eros glances up and nods at them. And the guard says something to one with a smile.
Okay, I take it I'm not able to make it out, though.
Do you have any hearing enhancements?
I seriously doubt it. I do not know.
No, okay.
Fair enough.
No, you can't. It seems to be a casual comment, and it's responded to with a grin and a si. And they pass through the door which runs underneath the massage studio.
Okay,
Which is marked
so
staff only.
that's the one beside the stairs with the weird... What should I take it?
Yeah. Let me just actually unlock this so I can draw.
Yeah. I should point out I can't actually see the map on FG. I'm looking at the Twitch stream right now to see the map.
Oh, it should be shared to you.
Yeah, if you go on the right-hand side in images, there
go.
should be an image.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I did not realise you couldn't.
That's fine.
My apologies.
I was far too polite to bring it up. So
Oh, damn it.
my
No,
fault.
don't be polite, mate. That came out wrong.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, so yes, so
yeah, there is no need to be polite with me. It's fine. So actually, yes, they vanish through a door.
there, I see.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Basically leads under the area because you had to go upstairs to the studio.
Yes, that's right. So this goes to led into a staff only area I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is marked staff only.
Okay.
Goat cult. Could be a goat cult. Different game. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be
well,
happy to do that.
that does at least give me some insight as to where to go. It's just a case of wonder what the thing on the wall is for, though. Is it a red herring, maybe?
Hong Kong Furry. Could be. Okay. Meanwhile, back in the grounds, you have pinged half a dozen times and nothing. You have roamed up and down some interesting hills, which never quite take you above the level of the trees which surround the whole establishment.
Right.
So you can't quite see out into Night City proper.
Right.
Or at least you can see it in the distance, but there is a very detached feeling. Obviously, the problems of Night City are nothing to do with this area. So, as you loop round north of the facility, you still get nothing until you are approaching the...
Oh no.
Hello, what?
Robin, is that you?
That's my fault. Sorry.
Oh.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make it go
Okay.
away.
On the top of the screen, top of the window, there should be a stop sharing.
You got it.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, VC allows you window sharing, which is actually dead helpful on occasion.
Yes, I do apologise for people looking at me browsing through various Nexus mods things in the background while we're
That's
doing
okay.
this.
No, it's fine. I apologise that it's because everybody's in 3 different places.
Fine. There's no point apologising to each other about anything. Let's just crack on.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, as you start approaching the drive that runs to the north of the building, you get a hit. The pulse comes back with a blurred image. Or it's... At least it's not the standard black that you've had.
Yeah.
Which just indicates the standard landfill.
Okay. In which case, we kind of like wander further north.
Okay, not far north. The next 10 meters, you get nothing.
Okay. All right, so we just kind of like wander back along the driveway, and I kind of like look, because again, if we're trying to find a service entrance, there must be effectively a tunnel. So I kind of want to like move northish and try and find the edge of that tunnel, or at least see if there is somewhere like, you know, there is a hill that then backs onto a street on the other side of the corp zone where, you know, they drive into the hill and it actually goes underground kind of thing.
I want to be specifically observing the grounds in case what we're looking for is some sort of freight elevator situation that is cleverly part of landscape near where he does find things, because if it comes up and goes down versus a tunnel.
Okay, you get nothing to the north. Whatever is underground doesn't run far north.
Okay, then we carry on west.
Okay. Heading west, you start to pick up consistent pulse backs.
Right.
Extending out to the front of the building by quite some way.
Sure.
You can't obviously check on the drive because that will show disturbed ground anyway.
Yeah.
and you are only getting the very vaguest set of impressions. So, as you progress west, you're headed towards a hill, beyond which is a largish stand of trees.
Mm-hmm.
Not the kind of poplar type arrangement that forms the border to the perimeter, but deciduous, or ostensibly deciduous. Not sure you're going to have had much contact with oak trees, but
Probably
along
not.
those lines. Exactly, Fish, that's what I was thinking. So, as you head back and forth and gently meander up and down the hill, as the hill goes up, you lose contact with the penetration. But in the distance, in the stand of trees, you can see the edge of a building. Make me perception checks, please.
What's my base? Oh, I'm not really running very well today, generally. 15.
Okay, what'd you get?
I gotta find it every time. 15.
Okay. That's enough for both of you. Looking at the grass, you can see that there are tracks in the grass. It's not something that has mashed it up, and it's certainly not muddy, but the grass has been laid flat in paths about 1.5 meters across.
So rather wide wheels, or
Wide
something
wheels,
along those lines.
yeah, wide wheels would do it. Not very.
But it doesn't
heavy.
look like double wheeled.
There are definitely two tracks.
Right, I meant side by side wheels. So on a lot of lorries, you've got two wheels per side, or that's what I mean. It's not doubled up like that.
No, it looks like each. If it's wheeled, it looks like the wheels are literally maybe 30, 60 centimeters across.
Okay.
The paths are wide, but they're not deep. And it heads over the hill in the direction of the trees. So, what are you doing?
Has the passive scans for access points thrown up anything?
You have so far located 3 potential access points, which are clearly tied to, as far as you can tell, floodlights which are not currently activated.
Okay.
If you're powering one thing, you may as well power something else.
Yeah. The problem is if we start wandering towards there, we start attracting attention. So.
Yep.
Because we can also see that there are kind of cameras on the outside of the building, aren't there?
There are. You are currently, a good 100 meters away from the building.
Yeah.
How close would you need to be in order to test access point?
6 meters.
Passively.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's close.
I'd
Yeah.
be in the stand of trees, and there's no way we're going to get in there.
Well, there's nothing suspicious about the stand of trees.
Yeah, it's a stand of trees. We don't know anything's there.
Mm.
It's already overcast, so it's not sunny.
Yeah, I suppose we can gently head.
I'm gonna start
that way. I'm kind of increase our width, because it's like we haven't been pinged as to whether the session's finished yet. So we will carry on, widening our field so that we kind of either go round the stand of trees or brush close to it.
Okay.
I'm going to go into some sort of historical monologue of stories that I've heard about forests filled with these kind of trees. And wouldn't that be amazing? Like, the size of them were bigger around than our arms and just branching into the sky. Could you imagine climbing or building a house on one of those?
I'd like to point out we have loose trees here in a world of the red where there is no direct sunlight, or very little direct sunlight, and there is periodically acid rain, blood rain, contamination.
Electrum is kind of looking at it with a bit of technological wonder at how it used to grow.
With a good enough with a good enough microscope, you would probably see the TM registered trademark logos.
Although this is not the right character to be interested in horticulture. My backup character, however.
Mine is purely into it because of how it looks and what one could do with it in the past.
Yeah, sorry, give me a sec.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Make me a perception check, please, as you head that way.
Both are just him.
Oh, hooray, that's better than a 3, 19.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 as well.
Wow.
High five for similar rolls.
In the distance, heading into the trees, you see two guys in black uniform who are clearly packing weapons. They're doing that policeman walk, you know, the one that the pace that says I can do this all day, every day, walking from the hip.
Yes.
They are literally proceeding.
They are literally
Yes.
proceeding, yeah.
Yes.
That's slightly...
I'm not going to make note of them out loud or even pay attention to.
Okay.
So yeah, like we'll just carry on. We'll just carry on wandering. Like we're not going to try and get near them or anything like that.
No,
As you get closer,
but we're not going to purposefully avoid them either.
It's almost like if we bump into them or get close, it's like, oh, sorry, didn't see you there.
As you get closer to the trees, you can see a chain link fence running along just inside the stand, in which there is a gate which has a very large and ostentatious padlock.
I love it.
Beyond it, you see electrical warning signs all over the side of the building you're heading towards, which is made of concrete blocks. There's no real attempt at making it look particularly aesthetically interesting. But you do have warnings of danger of death in at least 3 languages. The first one being Italian.
Okay.
And authorized staff only. As you head round, as you have said, you can see that there are 2 doors. One is normal person-sized door, made of metal. And next to it is a door approximately 3 meters square. 3 meters across, 2 meters high.
Okay. So not a full-on freight garage, but vehicles can drive in and out.
A small vehicle, yeah. Think golf cart.
Right.
And you'd be on the right track. But as you get round to seeing that, you hear a call from one of the men in black. Hey, guests are not allowed in this area.
Sorry, what?
No guests here. This is not safe.
Oh, we apologize. We did not know. No one told us. We'll be on our way.
No problem, sir.
Yeah. And so we detour round back towards like the driveway.
Okay. They're very pleasant about it, and they don't actually unsling their guns.
Yeah, no. By this point, like as we were approaching it, I shoved my agent away. I'd put my agent away anyway, and left it recording.
Yeah.
I turned off the ultrasound. I turned off the pings because I think we know we know what we're looking for here. But I've left it recording the passive scan for access points.
You get
as I
one
put it back in the
more.
note.
You've got one more, which is halfway between the house and the concrete building.
Okay.
You didn't get close enough to the concrete building to know if there's one there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make a gamble for getting closer while they were talking to us.
Between
Because if there is an access point there, that's likely going to be some sort of a security thing, and we wouldn't be able to make use of it either.
Yeah, that one that we found halfway between them, is it basically in open ground?
It's actually, again, it's built into floodlight.
Oh, it's built into a floodlight. Okay.
Knowing where floodlight access points are, though, could help for ingress over the surface.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Like I'm starting to actually feel that my voice is going a little bit.
Yeah, I was just thinking you're starting to sound a little bit nervous.
It has been about 2 hours. If we wanted to take a break, or if we're going to be short, I'm just letting you know.
To be honest, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going on because I'm not feeling great at all.
Sure.
However, has this given you?
Mm-hmm.
We can spin on now. I assume that you are leaving today.
Yeah, I don't think. Like when we reconvene in like the conference room, like we're getting drinks and Naboo joined us again.
Yeah.
Like I suggested, like again, low voice and such. We're debriefing. That I don't think we're going to be able to get internal access. Although I look at Darker. Oh, actually no. I asked Darker.
Okay.
What was your
Peyton
thoughts
gets
about?
back, yeah.
Oh, aha!
Yeah.
I hadn't realised that was a frozen image.
That's all right. No, it's really easy to not notice.
Yes.
This is why I occasionally ask Shard to blink or breathe, just to prove. But yes, basically, I can assume therefore that you guys are going to regroup.
Yeah.
And leave the facility this immediate time.
Well, there's no reason for this group to stick around, and our covers are going to be useless after tomorrow morning, around whatever time we showed up.
Tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, so we've got the evening and tomorrow morning.
You've got the evening, the night, and the morning to sort something out.
So we could have her set up an appointment on our way out to come in tomorrow, because presumably the goat should be ready for her.
Yeah, they are expecting Naboo to make an appointment.
An early morning appointment, so we have the most time available.
They can.
During?
Yes, they can. They will be surprised.
I'm asking everyone else what they think in terms of strategy.
Okay, yep, it's back. Yeah, started moving again. That's cool.
Yay, welcome back.
So
yeah, you can query Doc about that.
Okay. Yeah. So Electromass Duck. Did you see where they took? Do you see where they took them? What's your assessment of?
I saw that they took them into the staff-only section underneath the massage parlor. It seems to be the only way in that I could make out. And it'll... didn't seem to have anything guarding it, but if it's the only way in, then there's going to be something there to keep an eye on it.
We think we found external access, so...
Okay. That will probably be our best bet then. Assuming we can avoid the perimeter defenses, of course.
That's a big if.
Can I just say, I really love Duck's voice.
Thank you.
I really genuinely do.
Yeah, nice to know that my actor training degree wasn't for nothing.
Fair enough. It was not.
Then I guess Miss Fraser makes the appointment for tomorrow morning in case we can do that.
Now, do we want to do it morning or do we want to do it afternoon? Because we only have until early afternoon when our identities are blown.
Yeah.
Well, I'm expecting that if we're coming back, we are coming back tonight.
True.
Okay.
The only reason I mean, this could happen. I think this conversation should be happening off-site anyway, because this is actual planning.
Yeah, that's probably.
But
we make
then we're including everyone else.
I guess we make the appointment for like midday,
Okay.
Noon, 1 o'clock.
Okay,
I think that's good.
You can get a midday appointment, and that's as you're coming out now. So yeah, as you leave the conference room, which is I'm assuming is where you all regrouped, and head back to the desk, you see the doctor in conversation with Eros. She has a grin on her face. Which vanishes as soon as she sees you, and she excuses herself.
Does it vanish as in back to normal face, or is it
Back
to hide the happiness?
Back to professional face.
Yes. Not quite. Not quite an it's you face.
No, it's more the professional mask goes on.
Fair enough.
Human perception about what kind of emotion that particular smile was showing.
Okay, go for it.
19.
Okay, that's obviously what you're rolling today.
I rolled an 8 and I've got an 11.
Okay. Amusement. But conspiratorial amusement.
Oh.
I wonder if this is about the CAD and or the doctor and executive relationship that she believes she has stumbled upon.
Could be. You don't know.
Did I overhear anything before we turned the corner and saw them?
You do have the enhanced hearing, don't
I
you?
do.
It was tricky and it was fairly sotto voce. Make me a perception check, please.
That's a +2 for hearing.
Yeah.
We believe in you.
Oh gosh. Into the tower, you dumbass. Alright. 22.
Okay. You didn't get all of it because it was a lot, so literally in
Right.
thing. And it's a mixture of Italian and English.
Oh.
You don't speak Italian.
I don't.
Last I checked.
Mm-mm.
However, what you do catch is...
Wait. Before you finish,
Okay.
I do have an audio recorder, and I can send it through my agent to translate for me.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, so, God, what people actually using their cyberware for is designed for? God. Sorry.
Nice thinking, Shard.
Well done.
Funny, we actually have some of us actually have cyberware that is useful.
Yes. This
Not just style.
This is actually being the most cyberpunk session of cyberpunk that we have had, which I'm so happy about. Let me just get this correctly.
Yeah, because I think it was before last game when we were doing some zero session stuff.
Yeah.
I readjusted what my audio suite looked like, and I've got the recorder, the detector, a dampener, so that I can't be hurt by audio things spiking. amplified hearing and an internal agent, so I can actually hear my agent talking to me.
I mean, most of mine is on my plugs, basically.
Yeah.
Although I do have nasal filters as well.
I have just put. So it's alright. I've just realised I just put my languages the wrong way round. I did the translation thing. Okay. It comes out as Chunque vado a letto a buen gusto. Which, according to the translation in your agent, comes out with whoever she's sleeping with, he's got good taste.
Okay.
And as I said, there is a conspiratorial grin. The appointment is made. Now that you're looking for it, Eros is a tad less deferential than he was when you all turned up. But you can make the appointment and head back to the limo and hand back your badges at the gate.
Okay.
Before heading off.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Right.
Once we are away from there, can I run that data pool search on the person who seemed to twig me?
You can. I have made the rolls already. You get nothing.
Okay, sure.
Oh, wow.
Darn. Then I guess it's back to somewhere to plot and hopefully enact our plan tonight.
Okay. You can of course basically start a conversation in the limo, looping in Hideo.
Sure.
On
what
the
we
agent.
also do actually is I want to direct the limo to take a route that goes around that side of the facility.
Okay.
Because I want to know what our approach might be towards that building.
Okay.
And picking up, or passive picking up of nodes around the perimeter of the actual land, that you can reach from whatever roads there are.
Not in the car, you're not.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Because if nothing else, the limo itself is shielded.
Yeah.
It's one
fair
of
enough.
the things with being an executive limo.
Yep. Oh, you could tape the agent to the outside of the limo. She's thinking about it.
Are you familiar with anti-graffiti and anti-climb paint?
No, see, what you do
Similar
is
effect.
take a roll after everyone gets inside and wrap it all the way around the car. So the tape is sticking to itself.
Those target numbers. Just get higher. Okay, so taking a detour around the west side of the complex, it is chain link fence. It does have very polite electrical warning signs, and it does have barbed wire, sort of razor wire around the top.
Okay.
Everywhere except the main entrance, which is wall with railings. It's basically that bit's designed to look nice. The rest of it is designed to look intimidating.
Yeah. And I'm guessing it's high enough that there's nothing... like, how high is the chain link fence?
The chain link fence is 3 meters.
As well,
with
okay.
rotating razor wire at the top.
Does the chain link go into the ground, or is it just across the surface?
Unless you're getting out and digging, you do not know.
Well, I didn't know if we could see the bottom of it or not.
You cannot see the bottom, but it does go into grass.
Okay.
It does have very discreet little red lights every few meters.
So, because it's chain link, it's really hard, and I don't know how the tech is with chain link in this particular setting, so it's more of a question. But with electrified chain link, you can still cut away a portion of without causing a fault because the current's still running through the rest of it.
Yeah.
So, is there technology that can actually recognize that kind of a fault in a chain link that's fully electrified?
Those of you who have electrical...
Yep.
Electronic security tech. This is specifically security.
Okay. You want to roll then?
Oh, yes.
Oh dear.
It's actually not a bad idea, Fish.
17.
13.
Anyone else?
Hideo will be able to come in on this.
Yeah.
Because we are talking to you via agent.
Okay, so I have to physically be here for this one.
No, you don't have to physically
No.
be there. You're on the agent call.
Yeah.
You're on basically a conference call at this point. So you can still make... This is... Do you know whether this technology exists? Not, is it here?
Because if it doesn't exist, then we can safely find a place, no cameras if we can, to have a well-insulated bolt cutter and just cut through the fence and walk in.
As used in a MacGyver novel I once read,
Mhm.
they actually cut
17.
away. They used a frame pack metal outline, cut away the middle, and then jump through the middle. It kind of worked. So, what did you get?
That was 17.
17. Okay. Right. I take it that Duck doesn't have the appropriate skill.
For this is electronics
Yeah.
security. No. He doesn't have any levels in it, so his base stat
Okay.
is 3.
No, that's
He would
fair.
be useless.
You could explode.
I could, but I think having base knowledge is sort of required as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, you could explode if you grabbed
yeah,
both hands onto the chain link.
yeah. I love that he just blags it. He comes up with an explanation out of his arse, and it's just correct. If I rolled a 25 or something.
Yeah, I could see it doing that. Okay.
So just a bunch of random techno babble they vaguely remember hearing.
Yeah, I was
White
in the bar.
bar.
Yeah, I was in the bar once. And there were a couple of texts going at it, and one was reckoning.
No, I'll refrain on this
Okay.
occasion. I think.
Right. Hideo, specifically. You reckon that you could build a system that would recognise the micro fluctuations in the current that would then be detectable as a security breach in cutting the chain link, although there would be no break in the actual current going through the fence. It would vary. So, since you would know how to build it, you would assume that a corporate facility could have such technology. You can't guarantee it. But it's
Got
doable.
So a something exists and they might have it.
Yeah.
Would you be able to design something that could get around any fluctuations caused by us cutting through? Some sort of shortcut?
See, because wait, hang on.
I know what's been
On the lowest level, this is fundamentally just building a bypass so you can cut
Yeah.
through the main wire.
Yeah.
Basically.
What it is they're asking you for a voltage smoother. So
Okay.
that any disruption is masked.
Yeah, it's a rheostat
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah.
That's what they're actually asking for.
Yeah.
So you're looking at them as though they've just asked you how, you breathe in and then out. And you're actually having that. This is too simple for me to explain moments.
Yep.
Oh, after a few moments, Electrum twig. Oh yeah, darn, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Do
asking
that
for
with
something.
my eyes closed.
Yeah, you're asking for something like incredibly complicated and detailed and Star Trek level, and Hideo's like, no, it's like 2 resistors and a couple of jump leads, mate.
Yeah.
Electrum passes off that this, like,
Yeah.
the physical side of electronics tech
Yeah.
security isn't really my speciality.
Yes. Just look at them and go, it's magic.
Yes.
So, someone's written this down. We've got a first part of plan for ingress through fence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going in through the western fence, not attempting to go in through the main gate.
Fuck no.
Reasonable. I love the
Um,
idea of Fish's scanner-equipped dog, by the way.
yeah,
That he's come
yeah.
up with. I think this is a brilliant idea.
I don't know how I'd feel about doing that to a dog, though.
How would you feel about doing it to a goat?
Sure. They're already lab animals, so
But so yes. Free drugs on demand and scanner ability.
Yeah.
So they're going to make it's just perfect.
I mean, he was talking about, mounted on a collar. I don't know what you're thinking. Like cyber puppy.
yeah, Cyberpunk.
No.
The dog from Fallout, which was like a
No,
robot
that-
dog.
but-
with
I mean,
For that, we go to Gaia Complex,
Yeah.
which I will probably run at some point.
Yeah.
or what was it from Necromunda with the Cyber Mastiff, and just give it like
Yes.
increasingly like massive metal jaws and
Yeah.
thing.
I've always maintained that the dog should be controlling the feral, and just nobody notice. It's like that Don Johnson film, The Dog, Boy and His Dog.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
you know that would be really interesting. That we reprise this situation, we reprise this scenario in Gaia Complex and see how it fares. As it compares to Star.
At least one of us will be playing a feral.
Yeah.
So,
At least one
If
of you
not
can play
two.
the goat.
Oh, the feral has to be a goat now.
Oh god, yes, my voice is definitely going.
Okay, so you have the start of a plan, which is more than you had earlier.
Mhm.
So, yay. You've got a better idea of the lay of the land, and you have an idea of where the facility lies in relation to the house.
One more piece of information I'm hoping that, because we're looking for it as well.
Okay.
Along the fence, are there any camera or camera-like objects that might be, or things that might be hiding cameras along the outside perimeter fence, or gun placements hidden in the grass?
Right. Those are multiple questions. So I
Right.
will take perception checks from everyone except Duck, who gets a tactics check.
Oh dear,
At least it didn't
16.
explode.
Ooh, a 10. That explodes up.
Yay.
2.
Oh. All
Okay,
ex-
so
all excited then.
22 then.
Right, you actually had a
Except
lower difficulty than anyone else because it is combat specific.
Alright, fair enough.
just
I can ask questions, but I can't necessarily see it. 17.
16 for me.
Night
15.
15. Okay. Unfortunately, Hideo doesn't get the check, and there's someone's willing to wave their agent at the out the window. So
Oh yeah, because using webcam footage is the best way to spot any hidden items.
exactly.
Yeah.
We've all seen Crime Watch. It's fine.
No, because then he can use the point and click, and if the mouse just flips up, it's like
Yeah. Hideo, are you holding down control to reveal all clickable areas? Okay. So, Duck spots it first.
Nice.
It's not in every pillar between the sections of chain link. It's roughly every 10th pillar is about double the width of the others. Now, they're all apparently made of concrete, but if you were putting an emplaced weapon in, that is about the right width for something to flip up and out.
he will point this out to the others, I think, as soon as he cottons onto it.
Every 10 pillars.
Yeah.
All right. Something else we're going to need to consider, it's not just stabilization of the voltage, which apparently is simple. Not that I would understand that. Not completely.
Okay.
But we need to stabilize the actual vibrations going through the fence as well.
So you're
Sorry,
looking for something to dampen the vibrations because you think that would activate the guns.
Possibly. There's also motion and light. There's all sorts of things that could activate it. But
sensors I can try and deal with. That would probably be more my area.
When we come up here tonight,
you're on a public street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's an executive street, but it's on a public street.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be responding to just anybody going past because
Right.
it's embarrassing when you shoot the personal assistant of someone's personal assistant just because they were out walking the kids.
Yeah.
So it can't be on too sensitive a hair trigger.
We've all seen the videos. We know to duck and hide and stay there until the cops arrive when the guns pop out.
Exactly. Yes, we've all seen the 2077 videos. I love those.
They're brilliant.
Duck and hide until the cops come out, and then duck and hide and stay hiding until you're told it's safe to go. And remember to get your voucher on the way out.
Validate parking, everyone.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So, you've got some ideas of what you need. You've got hours. You have somebody with the maker ability. So, if you do need to construct anything special, then he can start doing that even before you get back.
like sleep bullets.
If you want to go with the sleep bullets, that is going to be...
Can I just confirm that they are a thing? Because I was looking through and it looked like they were needing arrow or grenade only.
Yeah. What they are is...
We don't have a dart gun.
No, any gun can load any kind of special ammo. Any weapon can load any kind of special ammo. It specifically says so. If you have a dart gun, they're better at it. But you can have a clip.
You can get modifications. So.
Yeah, you can have a clip that will fire darts.
Yeah.
In a normal gun.
Okay.
Just go with it. That's what I looked at the rules. That's what it says.
I think it's to do there may be something to do with it being on in a higher price bracket, but yeah.
But
I mean, if we can get sleep rounds for my gun, great. Otherwise, if I can get a dart gun pronto, I was kind of thinking I was going to need one at some point anyway, so it's already been on my shopping list for a while.
Yeah.
I have a taser, but
that would be either a call to Tremaine or a fixer roll from Shard.
I was planning on talking to Tremaine to see about the drone, renting it.
Do you still want to go with the drone?
I don't know if we need to necessarily, but having extra eyes watching things when we're infiltrating.
You have basically gained, I will tell you now, you have basically gained all the information that a drone would have given you.
Okay.
From your recon walk.
I was thinking about it simply from the point of view of when we do our infiltration run, keeping an eye on the activity of the grounds.
Yeah.
Is my thoughts. Just an eye in the sky. So
getting a feed. Unfortunately, getting a feed from the drone is going to be difficult if they have shielded the. Although they did have open points, but once we get underground, we may not be able to get the feed from the drone.
That's true. It was just a thought. I'm not saying that it's necessary. I don't really want to spend money.
Yeah,
I built myself a subspace relay.
It might not even be money. It would be a favor.
A favor, yeah. And if we broke it, that would be even worse.
If you broke it, then it'd be money and favours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're looking at Hideo putting a resistor together to stabilise the voltage in the fence if you go through it. You're considering something to dampen the vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
You want to obtain a dart gun at short notice. That would come with sleep darts.
Perfect.
I would include a clip of sleep darts with that.
Perfect.
And we will get some rolls off camera, off stream, to ascertain how long that takes and what you have to do to get it. That came out wrong.
Did it?
So you basically have... It's only late afternoon now. So you're looking at it now being about 3 p.m.
Okay.
So your stuff is... Your IDs are good. Although that doesn't matter so much if you're doing just a normal infiltration. But your IDs are good until about midday tomorrow.
Okay.
Like I said, if you're going in through the fence, oddly enough, they're not going to be looking going, no, you're actually here for a class. It's fine. Obviously, you decided to come in the complicated way.
I think they might also think that if we came in at around midnight and wow, my voice is getting really croaky. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay, everybody is clearly dissolving. So before we all turn into pumpkins, we can thrash this out, and I will ask for rolls on the Discord.
Sure.
So we will wind that up there. You have actually accomplished quite a lot. I had hoped to finish it this session, but to be honest, I'm as happy that you now have a more solid idea of what you want to do.
Yeah, I thought we might need one extra session, but yeah.
And next week is the run, or next session rather, will be the run.
And at least hopefully Molly will be back for that.
Indeed.
Molly will be back, having left Las Vegas. So, if you're enjoying this, then please chuck us a follow, because we're on 381 followers, and it would be so nice to beat the 400 mark. And we really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, then you can subscribe, obviously. Or you can donate, she says. Oh, yeah, all right, beat me to it. Which gets us the whole of a donation instead of half going to Twitch, Amazon. Entirely your choice. No pay to play to watch, but any support is gratefully received, and is distributed between the channel and the participants. And it would be really nice if we could start reimbursing people for their time. So yeah, we have Discord, the Hobby Gamers International Discord, which is for all gamers of all stripes, and is also where we find people to participate in our stream games. We also have people running games off stream across the Discord, and you are welcome to use those facilities if you so desire. So I'm going to call it there because everybody is looking a bit gonzoed. So thank you very much, Peyton, Chrono, Robinson, Shard, and Knight.
And Drut.
And from me, Drutka. And I will see you tomorrow on my channel. And I would hope that if you feel like chucking a follow to all of the players, and following Peyton on his YouTube channel, which I will remember the command for at some point.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I set up a command and my brain's just gone, no. And you can catch them during the week as well. So thank you very much, and we will bid you a good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for